Happy New Year everyone! Today I'm bringing you a sewing video, and this year I am going to be consistent. Mark my words, I'm going to be consistent. I've got a goal number of how many videos I'd like to post. Ideally, it'd be great if I could do more than that, but if I can do my goal, then I'll be super happy. So hopefully there'll be many more sewing videos coming your way shortly. I've got a few planned. But on to today's video. I have a super cute orange set that I'm bringing you today. This is honestly some of my best work. But with that said, let's get straight into the video. I started with a pair of shorts that I already own, so I could just get a good idea for the size and length. So I used them as a pattern. Basically, I folded them in half, laid them down in the fabric, and then cut around them, leaving quite a sizable amount. This is super important because you want to leave enough room for seams and hems. Spoiler alert, I didn't leave enough room, but we'll get onto that a little bit later. So essentially you want to end up with 4 pieces, all of the same shape, and then pair them off so that there's 2 and 2, and then put them so they're front sides facing each other. Then you want to sew together that curved line, so not the crotch part, which I had pinned, but do not sew that. As a disclaimer, I accidentally did sew that part, but don't do that. Anyway, moving on, we then cut away some excess fabric and triangle stitched the edges to stop them from fraying. So once you have done this twice, your 4 pieces should have turned into 2 pieces, and then lay one on top of the other, front sides facing each other, and you want to sew down the sides and the crotch bit, but not where your leg holes go. Your leg holes? Your legs. Bonus points if you actually get the pattern to continue and the plaid to line up. That's like expert level. But make sure just not to sew where your waist is going to go and where your legs are going to go. I highly recommend to try the shorts on after you've pinned them, but before you sew them, because I tried them on after I'd sewed it and I realized that they did not fit. So I unpicked the sides until I could fit into them and then cut along the waist at that point. And then basically I had to make a separate waistband and attach it to the pair of shorts, because if I had just folded it down at that point, the crotch would have been too high up and I wouldn't have been able to fit in them, or they wouldn't have been high-waisted like I wanted them. Anyway, for the waistband, cut like a super long rectangle and then just fold it in half, but don't sew it because we'll just do that when we attach it to the pair of shorts. So how you attach it is you want to do the front side of the waistband attached to the front side of the pair of shorts. And as I'll show you in a moment, once you fold it up, it creates a super clean seam and it looks really professional. Now I just simply sew along that top line where I pinned it, and there you go. Although one thing to mention, make sure it's wide enough to fit in your elastic band, which brings me to the next step. Grab your elastic and measure around your waist at the part of your waist where you want the shorts to sit. Now don't pull it, just have it sort of relaxed, but not too relaxed, like how you'd like the tightness to be. Now for my favorite part, you want to grab your elastic and a safety pin and basically stab the elastic with the safety pin, clip it on, and then thread it through the waistband. And basically the safety pin acts as leverage and it makes it super easy to thread it through, but it's so satisfying. This is my favorite part of the process. I thought I'd give you a little rest for my voice with that music break, but now we're back, and make sure you hold the other end of the elastic so that it doesn't come through with it, because then you have to start all over again. It's really annoying. At this point, the shorts are starting to take shape and they look really good, and I'm super proud of myself because this is the first pair of shorts I've made since 2014 when I was in year 7 and we had to do it for sewing. Anyway, this is an extra add-on step. You don't have to do this, but I thought it would make it a bit more fun, sort of scandy short style. But basically you hold the elastic band whilst you sew and you do 2 lines of stitches, one where I'm doing it here and then one a little bit higher, and it creates this kind of cool effect that just elevates the shorts that little bit more. Okay, by this point the shorts are almost done, but I wanted to jump in here and say a few things that I didn't show. So the first one is zigzag stitching. Here are the pair of shorts. I'm not going to show you properly because you can see in the try-on portion. I don't really show this part very often because it's kind of boring, but I just wanted to disclaim the fact that I do zigzag stitch all the raw edges, and that if you do this too, then you should. That like includes like along the waistband, I zigzag stitch along the whole entire thing. You already saw me do the side ones, but then there's also that middle one which I zigzag stitched all the way down, and then of course the crotch as well. Another thing that I didn't really explain was how I finished the waistband. So basically I had a little bit more waistband coming off the actual shorts, which I used to later like fold in so that I didn't have to triangle stitch there, because then you'd see it. Here's what the inside looks like. So I just like inserted this side and then folded over this side. And then the final thing that I wanted to mention was that I hemmed the shorts too. So I obviously didn't leave them at that kind of awkward length. I had it in one of the last clips. So then you just hem it to your desired length. And I was debating what to do if this is the outside of the shorts. You can hem it upwards. It's like that. That's an option. Or you can just hem it inwards. Anyway, that's the completed pair of shorts, which you'll see properly in the try on. Now onto the top. So for the top, I'm using much smaller elastic and I'm just measuring above my bust and below my bust. And as we did it with the waistband, you want to make sure you're not pulling it too taut, but you don't want it too loose. You want it so that it stays on you. And basically, I'm pulling it out just to make sure that I can actually fit it over my head and onto my body. So now to cut out the piece of fabric, you want to measure above your bust again, but this time with a tape measure. Mine came to 32 inches, so basically you want the length of the fabric across your body, not downwards, to be more than 32 inches. And I'm talking like a lot more. I did at least 20 more inches. That way you create the scrunch effect. So now I'm creating the bust segment, which I'm doing by folding down so that it is double lined and then just pinning it. And I'm trying my best to follow a line of the plaid so that it's straight. And I'm folding it again just under so that I don't have to zigzag stitch this part later. And then I took it over to the machine to sew. If you guys are enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for videos just like this one. Okay guys, we're getting really close to the end, so if you're still watching, congratulations, you are a real one. Okay, so now what we need to do is make little tunnels for the elastic. And if you didn't get it from the first clips of the top, we had to cut the elastic once we measured it. So there was 2 pieces of elastic. Anyway, so I'm just measuring out these little tunnels so that the elastic actually fits in, because again, we don't want it too small that the elastic doesn't fit and too big that it flips around. And then head over to the sewing machine to sew those 2 lines. So one, which is for the elastic we measured at the top of the bust, and one for the elastic that we measured at the bottom of the bust. Okay, time for, again, my favorite part, which is weaving the elastic through. So again, grab your safety pin and stab the elastic and thread it through. So again, you should have 2 pieces of elastic, one for the top, one for the bottom. Try and remember which one is which. They should be pretty similar, so it's kind of okay if you mess them up. Okay, so once you've done that, sew the pieces of elastic together so that it looks like this, and then you want to join the whole top together, so front sides facing each other. Once you've done that, you should have a top that fits over your head, and then I've just done the hem here, and then the last part, I'm adding this super pretty trim to it, which I found at Spotlight, which was $13. I don't want to talk about it. I digress. Anyway, I sewed that on super neatly, but unfortunately it didn't make it all the way around, so I had to go back and buy another roll of it. Okay, so the top's pretty much done at this point. Like the shorts, there's a few things I wanted to chat about that I didn't talk about in the video. Number one is the front side. So when I'm talking about the front side, when we folded over this bit to make the bust, the back side obviously has this part, like this little excess bit of fabric. The front side does not, it's just seamless down. One more thing, again, just like the shorts, zigzag stitching. Where I joined the top, you zigzag stitch all along until the end. One final thing I did, I added a cute little bow to the center of the top because I thought it would bring it all together, and it has. It's literally so cute. There's the little bow. I got mum to hand sew it on it. It's so cute. But yeah, you'll see the top properly along with the shorts in the try-on portion, which I'm gonna put in right now. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the amazing videography done by my boyfriend? That was so good. That brings us to the end of the video. As you can see, as I said in the beginning of the video, I think this set is some of my best work that I had done. I'm super happy that you guys were there with me through the whole journey of that set, because that set took me like 2 days. There is literally nothing more satisfying than pressing post on a video that you've been working on for like 20 hours. 20 hours? No, like 15 hours. And if you like this video and want to see similar ones, then subscribe, because they are coming. This year they are coming. Anyway, thank you again for watching this video, guys, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye!